Welcome to the Swisskrono plant, a limited liability company in Żary.
The Swisskrono plant is part of the Swisskrono Group Holding, a global leader in the wood-based products industry.
As you will have the opportunity to see, the plant is very modern and meets global standards for environmental protection and occupational safety.
The company's priority is the safety of everyone entering the plant area. We are convinced that our joint commitment will allow us to perform our duties safely.
Entering or driving onto the plant premises must be done in a safe manner that does not pose any danger. It is forbidden to enter the plant premises under the influence of alcohol or intoxicating substances. It is not allowed to bring in or consume alcohol or similarly acting substances.
Security may check the sobriety of people entering the plant premises.
Photography and filming are prohibited on the plant premises.
Smoking is also prohibited, except in designated areas. Drivers at Swisskrono begin their visit by registering at the gatehouse building. For drivers delivering raw materials to Swisskrono, registration at the gatehouse is required for the raw materials. For drivers picking up finished products or delivering returns, registration at the gatehouse terminal is required. According to the rules of the safety book, drivers are required to wear work clothing with warning colors. Work shoes, work trousers with long legs, a safety helmet, and other protective equipment, always appropriate for the type of work being performed.
Also remember that drivers are strictly forbidden from entering the Swisskrono premises with children, unauthorized persons, or animals.
And in the case where a driver's assistant is necessary during loading or unloading, their presence must be reported upon arrival at the Swisskrono premises, as well as to the Swisskrono employee involved in the loading or unloading process. While moving around, you must remain visible and safe at all times.
There are a lot of specialized vehicles moving around the facility, many machines are operating, and there are numerous buildings, structures, and other elements that make it difficult to move around freely.
All of this can pose a danger if the rules are not followed.
The movement of vehicles and pedestrians on the internal roads of Swisskrono takes place in accordance with the posted vertical and horizontal signage. The maximum speed for vehicles on the internal roads within the Swisskrono premises is up to 20 km per hour, and within the areas of production halls, warehouses, and other enclosed facilities, up to 10 km per hour.
A speed control system has been implemented at the facility, including speed radar boards that display the speed of a given vehicle, which also serve as a reference for drivers whose vehicles do not have speedometers.
Attention! Driving speed must always be adjusted to the prevailing road conditions.
First of all, you must move exclusively along designated communication routes, always exercising particular caution. Before crossing the roadway, you must absolutely make sure that it will not endanger traffic safety or impede the movement of vehicles.
Remember that within the facility, vehicles always have the right of way.
To reach the opposite edge of the roadway, you are required to cross by the shortest route, perpendicular to its axis, unless otherwise designated.
If there is no specifically designated communication route, when moving along the internal roads within the facility, you are absolutely required to walk on the left-hand side of the road.
Please also remember to follow the informational signs located on the premises. Zone A. Raw material yard, dryer area, and plant boiler rooms. There is an increased risk here due to the movement of specialized equipment and heavy trucks. In this zone, pedestrians and cyclists are prohibited from entering, unless their presence is justified by the need to perform work duties in this area. Zone B. For the loading and unloading of finished products. Movement within this zone is permitted only if your presence is justified by the need to perform work duties in this area. Zone C. The area between the OSB packing station and the MDF packing station, including the exit towards warehouse number 9. This is a particularly hazardous area due to increased forklift traffic. Movement within this zone is permitted only if your presence is justified by the need to perform work duties in this area. Zone D. The warehouses for finished products. In these areas, pedestrian and bicycle traffic is strictly prohibited. Only individuals whose presence is justified by the need to perform work duties in this zone are allowed to move within it. Explosion hazard zones. All individuals present in these areas are strictly required to comply with the orders and prohibitions posted in the respective zone.
Please remember that it is strictly forbidden to walk under loads being transported by cranes and hoists.
Do not enter the area of operating machines.
Do not touch devices with moving or rotating parts, control cabinets, or control panels.
Do not touch electrical equipment without authorization.
Do not enter the area of conveyors or the zones where products and raw materials are stored.
Some zones are secured with motion sensors, and entering them will result in the production line stopping. You are fully responsible for any and all damage caused to Swisskrono or other users, specifically in connection with moving around and leaving your vehicle on all internal roads and within the designated parking spaces and parking areas. Also remember to ensure that your vehicles are in proper technical condition in accordance with legal regulations. This applies to specialized vehicles, machines, or tools that you bring onto the premises. In the event of a vehicle breakdown that poses a threat to the environment, for example, such as leaks of engine oil, hydraulic fluids, fuel, or brake fluid, you are required to remove them. It is forbidden to carry out repairs, washing, or cleaning of vehicles on the Swisskrono premises. An exception is made for vehicles delivering raw materials, which are required, before leaving the facility, to clean their trailers or semi-trailers of any residues in the designated area.
While performing their tasks, the driver is obliged to take into account the activities of other contractors as well as the work of Swisskrono employees.
Supervision of the task on the part of Swisskrono is carried out by the manager of the organizational unit where the loading or unloading takes place, or by a person designated by the manager of that organizational unit.
While performing the task, the driver must strictly follow the guidelines of the driver's safety manual.
Above all, he must be properly equipped with personal protective equipment and maintain safety. The driver must not be within the operating range of the crane. He must remain in the safe zone on the opposite side of his vehicle at a minimum distance of 3 meters. The driver marks the boundaries of the safe zone with road cones in reflective colors. While carrying out the task, the driver is required to take into account the activities of other contractors as well as the work of Swisskrono employees. Above all, the driver must be properly equipped with personal protective equipment and maintain safety. The driver leaves the vehicle cabin only for the time needed to prepare the trailer for unloading or during unloading. When within 3 meters of the vehicle, the driver must exercise particular caution and during loading or unloading maintain constant visual contact with the forklift operator standing directly next to the cabin of the vehicle being loaded. After loading is completed, the driver properly secures the cargo on the trailer and immediately leaves the premises. The driver should position the tanker vehicle at the correct loading or unloading station. Secure the vehicle in a way that prevents it from moving on its own by engaging the parking brake and, if necessary, additionally placing chocks under the drive wheels of the tanker truck or under the middle axle of the trailer. Shut off the vehicle's engine and any additional exhaust heating. The loading and unloading of tankers should take place in the presence and under the supervision of a Swisskrono employee who is authorized to do so. Swisskrono cares about the natural environment. It sets requirements in this regard not only for its employees, but also for everyone else entering the premises.
Therefore, cleanliness and order must be maintained while moving around the Swisskrono premises. Waste segregation is mandatory on the Swisskrono premises. Waste must be disposed of in the appropriate containers according to their labels.
Drivers are required to manage all waste generated during the performance of their tasks outside the Swisskrono premises.
In the event of the unintentional release, spillage, or leakage of substances, including chemicals, oils, or fuels, you are required to immediately report such an incident to the Swisskrono OHS coordinator or another person supervising the task. All available means should be used to prevent substances from entering the sewage drains. It is important to remember that any irregularities regarding occupational health and safety or environmental protection, as well as any potentially accident-related incidents, must be reported immediately to the person responsible for the area.
Phone numbers, the plant layout, and important safety information can be found in the driver's safety book.
In the event of a fire, everyone is required to take action to extinguish it and to immediately alert all persons in the danger zone using all available means.
The people who must be notified about the fire are the Health and Safety Coordinator, the relevant area manager, and the Fire Protection Department staff. If possible, you should immediately begin extinguishing the fire using the available local firefighting equipment. Portable firefighting equipment is widely available, and the locations of fire protection equipment are clearly marked.
To prevent fires, please remember that the use of open flames is strictly prohibited on company premises.
Storing flammable materials on general communication routes used for evacuation is prohibited, and it is forbidden to lock emergency exit doors in a way that prevents their immediate use. It is forbidden to block or restrict access to firefighting equipment, explosion-proof relief devices, emergency exits, electrical switches, and distribution boards. The use of kettles, various types of cookers, and portable electric heaters is prohibited. Smoking is prohibited on company premises except in designated areas specifically intended for this purpose. And if by any chance something truly unexpected does happen, if any potential danger or unforeseen emergency arises during your entire and important stay at the distinguished Swisskrono facility, upon hearing the distinct and urgent alarm, you should immediately proceed to the designated and clearly marked assembly points, which are conveniently located at the main gatehouse, the primary terminal gatehouse, or, alternatively, by the prominent model house. Evacuation routes are marked with green fluorescent signs.
In case of danger, you must immediately stop working.
Turn off all electrical devices you are operating.
Take your personal belongings with you.
Proceed to the nearest emergency exit. Walk quickly, but do not overtake others. Do not cause confusion. Remain quiet and calm.
Do not stop or move in the opposite direction of the evacuation.
After leaving the building, proceed to the nearest assembly point, which, as mentioned before, is located at the main gatehouse or the terminal gatehouse.
Please sign in on the designated list and kindly wait at the specified assembly point until further clear instructions are officially given by the authorized supervisor from Swisskrono. This is important.
This is a last resort, which will hopefully never happen. But if any of you notice anything concerning, something that could potentially pose a threat to people on the Swisskrono premises in the future, it is essential to report it. Your report could help us avoid similar situations in the future.
Please remember that you are obliged to treat all information obtained while carrying out tasks on the Swisskrono premises as company secrets.
Such information must not be disclosed without obtaining written consent from the Swisskrono management. Without the consent of the Swisskrono management, you are also not allowed to take photos or make recordings. Anyone who has an accident on the Swisskrono premises must be given first aid. Before starting work, you should find out where the nearest first aid kit is located. The use of the Swisskrono first aid kit is unlimited. The fact of using its contents must be reported to the person responsible for the given first aid kit or to the Health and Safety and Environmental Protection Department at Swisskrono.
Next to each comprehensive Swisskrono first aid kit, there is a clearly visible list of individuals who are thoroughly trained in providing essential first aid.
Any accident must always be reported to the Health and Safety and Environmental Protection Department at Swisskrono.
Calling an ambulance must always be reported to a Swisskrono employee, at the main reception or at the terminal. And that's basically everything you need to know about health and safety rules at Swisskrono. You need to know them and strictly follow them for your own safety and the safety of others.
Failure to comply with them may result in consequences in accordance with the provisions of the Contractor's Safety Book and the Driver's Safety Book. Finally, all that's left for us is to wish you safe work. Safe work.